We're currently living in a time period where a lot of young men lack male guidance, they lack fathers, and truthfully, a lot of young men have no masculinity. And so we definitely need to help our young brothers out and explain to them how to make better decisions. Now, granted, I don't have everything all figured out, but growing up, I've always tried to learn. And I think that's one of the most important things for our young brothers. If you could soak up this game, if you could soak up this knowledge, it'll help many of you guys out. So if you're between the ages of 18, probably like 25, it's extremely important for you guys to listen to what I'm saying here, because this world is not going to take it easy on you. This world is cutthroat. This world doesn't care. 90% of people don't really care about you at all. There might be 10% of people that might help you out here and there. They might try to give you some game. They might try to give you some knowledge. They might even try to put you on. But the most people aren't going to try to put you on, bro. They're not going to want to be there for you. Just be truthful. And a lot of women, for sure, are not going to see you as truly desirable at this age, because this is the building stage. This is when you have to get your mindset ready. This is where you have to get your intellect on point. You have to learn, and you have to truly grind and get it out the mud. So what I need you guys to first start with, if you're a younger dude, is you need to get some sense of direction. You have to truly become responsible and have some accountability. So if you've never been accountable, it's extremely important at this age for you guys to start understanding basic things in terms of how to set goals properly. I would learn how to manage your money effectively. So if you have a mom that might help you with your credit score, start developing your credit and utilize that properly, because unfortunately we live in a capitalistic society where credit is important to a certain extent. Most men don't have money, so they'll have to utilize credit, to get a car, to get an apartment, things like that. So you need to start getting that in order now, so that by the time you're 20, 25, you already know how to manage money. You know how, you have a checking account, you know what's in your checking account, you know how to budget, you know how to plan, you know how to save, and then you can have a decent credit score. So you're charging things, you're paying it off on time, you're looking at when this bill is due. Try to get a job at an early age. I know a lot of young men don't want to work. You guys don't, bro. Y'all young brothers just think you're going to get this money overnight. And a lot of times it doesn't happen like that, bro. You're not going to become a millionaire overnight. You're going to have to work a job, unfortunately. Try to get the best job. Just get your feet in the door, get some money. And then me personally, I always push the younger guys to get into a trade, because having some type of skill will always make you valuable in this world. So, roofing, contracting, plumbing, utility jobs, things like that are really important, that, no matter what happens in society, these things are needed. And I know it's sometimes hard, manual, physical labor, but as a younger guy, you have to kind of do both at the same time. You have to work, get your money on point, and then try to get a side hustle too. So it's important for you to keep evaluating what's your purpose, though. A lot of young men don't know what they want to do in life, and you don't understand that it's not going to happen overnight. You just figure this out. You have to start developing your skills, but I think this is the time for you to do it so that you can get ahead. If you don't have parents, and a lot of us don't, bro, let's just be truthful. A lot of our parents come from poverty. They're poor. We don't have generational wealth. Nobody's putting this on. A lot of us figure these lessons out at 40, bro. We're 50 years old still trying to figure out this game, because we might grow up in environments where gang banging is at the top of the list, selling dope, doing drugs, thinking it's cool to just run the streets or chasing women all day. I always recommend that if you're a younger dude, don't even worry about women. If you naturally got it going, that's one thing, because women are going to want to be around you. But a lot of times these are the bad boy characteristics, and most of you guys don't even have those put in place, because a lot of these men, you naturally will figure out what to do anyways, because you might be athletic, you got this drive, you got that ambition, and that's why she likes you. Or you're just genetically gifted. You got a good jawline, pause, you're tall, you're just an attractive guy. So, that's a separate thing in itself. But for most of you guys, women are just a waste of time. They really are. Even if we're older guys, if older guys notice too, when you're 30, 40s, they still will just waste your time, bro. They'll want you to get comfortable. They want you to get sweet. And most women, they're just not, they shouldn't be at your priority. This is the time to lock in and truly understand that these are pivotal years in my life where the foundation of who I am as a man is being built. So I want to develop this mindset that I have to discipline myself. I always recommend young brothers to go to the gym, develop some type of workout routine. So you can go to the gym minimum 3 to 5 days a week, bro. I know you got 3 days out of the week that you could do. Most of you guys are working regular jobs. Go to the gym, start developing this, start eating better, start eating good food, start putting foods in your body that are healthy and a little bit nutritious. I know maybe you guys can't afford the best foods, but if you're still living at home with your mom and things like that, try to see if they'll buy some healthy foods. Don't just sit here eating fast food all the time, because fast food just dumbs you down, bro. They put all these preservatives. It doesn't allow you to truly think at a higher level. And then you have to educate yourself. So start learning that knowledge is power. There's a reason why they say that. So you need to start reading books, bro. Start reading books on metaphysical knowledge, business, finance, marketing, sales. Grant Cardone has a good book, Sell or Be Sold. I think he has a 10X. That's a good book. The 10X rule, bro. You can get Rich Man, Poor Man, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, I think his name is. That's a good, it's kind of outdated, but it still will get you just in the mindset of, thinking about business and finances and being my own boss. And the Bible, obviously, that's the best book, in my opinion, that you could read. Just start feeding up your spirit, because you need to build your spirit up. We're in a physical warfare, spiritual warfare, mental warfare, bro. It's just war in general as a man. Nothing in your life's going to come easy. You are going to have to truly put in this work, bro. No matter what, it's all competition. These women, other men want them. This job, other men want it. And women are now entered the workforce. So now you're competing against men and women, and a lot of young men want to go to school. If you don't know what you want to go to school for, bro, don't even do that. Just go straight to working. Just go straight to working. If you don't know what you want to go to school for, if you're not going to school to be a doctor, a lawyer, or something of value that can truly come in, like an engineer, things like that, just don't even do it, man. You're better off staying at home with your parents, getting a trade, working a job, and developing business. Young guys, you guys can learn with AI and all this technology. You can learn something and you can truly become an expert. If you start at 18, 19, 20, in 3 to 4 years, if you're learning something every day about that craft, you'll be an expert. And then you can just start a YouTube channel speaking about these things and slowly gain, the competitive edge. You have to learn communication too. That's important for young guys. You have to learn how to communicate yourself properly, verbalize yourself, express how you're feeling, at least to another man. You have to find some mentors in your life, some people that will put you on the right path. You guys can't do it all by yourself. Too many of our young brothers think they got it all figured out, and then they take L's, and then they want to be bitter, and then they get angry, and then they fall in they just get cursed, bro. They get these curses, and you need to be a blessed young man. You need to walk in blessings. You need to walk in abundance. You need to walk in prosperity. You need to understand that I'm brought here for a reason, but I must first figure out what that reason is. So a lot of this comes back down to just studying yourself. You have to learn yourself 100%, bro. What things do you like? What things do you don't like? What truly makes you happy in life? You have to start knowing who you are. Who are you? Ask yourself that question. You have to meditate, man. Be silent. There's a reason why Jesus said, peace, be still. It's powerful, man. I'm telling you, there's power in silence. You have to learn how to quiet your mind. our young brothers, you guys spend too much time on social media. Social media is dumbing you down. If you're not on there selling products, trying to become a man that's learning things, just get off social media. There's no point of you being on social media. There really isn't. What's the point of being on there? You're just looking at IG models. You're wanting to lust. You're watching things that's just dumbing you down. It's programming you. You need to program yourself to become a top tier man, a winner. There's no time for that, bro. All there is time to do at these younger ages, work, make money, go to the gym, make gains, and focus on my purpose, focus on my passion, and learn. That's all you should do, bro. Those are in that order too. Just do it in that order. You know what I'm saying? And last, what I'm gonna throw this into is important. Pray, meditate, God. That's all you need to worry about at this age, bro. There's nothing else. And I know you probably don't want to hear this. I know it's not what is glamorized, because you young guys want to be in Lamborghinis with the IG models, blowing their back out. And that's not the truth for a lot of you guys, bro. A lot of you guys won't have IG models blowing their back out, because they're looking at the 30-year-olds, because 30-year-olds at this point have understood who they are. Because a lot of young men we just lack masculinity. And masculinity, you have to learn how to be masculine. And that's what I'm saying. You can't learn these things if you don't sacrifice, if you don't know discipline, if you don't understand frame, if you don't know how to communicate, if you don't know how to be social because you're on your phone all the time because you text rather than talk to people. You have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to approach people. You have to say, hey, man, what can you teach me? And then you have to be vulnerable sometimes, and then you have to just be humble. You can go up to people if they look like they're in a better position than you. Hey man, can you teach me some things about this? I'm a younger guy. I don't have a father. I come up from a single mom, and I'm lacking in this, but I do want to learn. If you do that, a lot of OGs will put you on. A lot of OGs will want to help you out because you're showing initiative. Our young men lack initiative. They have no true desire to want to do things other than just blame society and feel like they're a loser and they're a failure. And then we're having these young men want to quit, and then they grow up, they want to quit, and then everybody just wants to quit, and then we have this quitter's mindset. Men are falling behind, women are winning, and that's why I said men are needed, bro. You are needed, and that's why I'm trying to help you as a young guy. And I know all the OGs can tap in and leave comments, and they know what I'm saying is facts, bro, because a lot of this we just learn too late sometimes. And I don't want you to be that young guy. I want you guys to understand that my brain and my imagination is the way out of this maze. It truly is. Everything starts on this spiritual plane. It starts from understanding that I first see things inside, so faith essentially, and then I bring them forth into this physical reality. And that's what Jesus was trying to explain. The majority of people just miss that. We lack that because faith is seeing without believing, bro. And then you can still believe in the things that you're not seeing. So it's just like you're not seeing these things manifest, and they're not truly coming, pause, but you know it to be true because you just have this feeling. You just know that this is what God brought for you. And it doesn't matter if it's going to happen or not. It's just the fact that you're going after things that are separating you from others. The moment you do that, God and the universe is going to understand that this guy is serious and he's about that life. So let's bless him. Let's reward him. But most men quit. So they never even get to that point because it's difficult. Let's say you're trying to start a YouTube channel. You do it for 5 days consistently and you're getting 0 views. On that 6th day, you want to quit. And it's consistency during this time. Consistency, hard work, and patience is going to pay off if you can stick it out and you could just keep going. Just put your head down and grind, bro. Understand that my life is what I'm going to make out of it. And no matter what happens, I only have me in this moment, and I'm going to use my brain to truly understand this concept that the making and the breaking of my life is 100% determined on what I make out of it. It's not my mom. It's not, society. It's not this girl. It's nothing more than God and me. That's it. If you can understand that, bro, you're going to do great things in your life. So I truly want you to win. Men are needed. You are needed. You're going to be powerful. You're going to be amazing. Let's get to this money. Let's renew our mindset. Change your mindset. Change your life. Let's win together. Tap in. Leave some comments. Let me know what's up. Until next time. Peace.